give you the last insights before our soft launch in just 3.5 weeks on Earth Day. So looking forward to this lovely Twitter space. Let's just give us a second to have all speakers on board. And we're looking forward to this session. Mo, test. Just see that you're as a speaker on board. You'll have to unmute and say a few beautiful words. Oh, yeah, I also had this problem. So I think you're just going through the request process again. You should be a speaker any moment.
All right.
Awesome. Mo, lovely to have you on board. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, sorry for, crashing the party. Hope it's right on time, for some of the fun stuff now. We're going to be talking about
Definitely.
Okay.
Awesome. I think we're just waiting for our Oz to join, but Mo, maybe in the meantime, where are you calling from? What's going on your part of the world?
I'm calling from Bratislava, Slovakia. I think home to a lot of horror movies, and I think a stop on Eurotrip. So but Slovakia is really quaint, really beautiful. Love it. Bratislava is, the hometown of my, the capital of the home country of my wife. So fun to be kind of like meeting her family and friends, and it's close to Vienna, close to Budapest. So I definitely recommend anybody going to Bratislava just to stop by Vienna. I'm joking. Bratislava is awesome, so you can stop by here too. Yeah, so that's Bratislava.
Amazing. I can only confirm. Yeah, like I know that you've also been busy with travels. You've been at the Google Accelerator, Munich for a week, now Paris for a week. So I hope you reach safely Bratislava back.
Oh my God. Yeah, but that's not my normal life, people. Like, guys, it's my first time in Munich, my first time in France. So for me, it was like, I'm from Somalia. I don't get a lot of chances to travel the world. So, recently got my residence permit, so I'm going everywhere. So guys, Disneyland Paris is a gem and a jewel. Definitely go. It's definitely the happiest place on earth. But yeah, I also love, the classical stuff. But yeah, I'm back in Bratislava though, so the brats are back.
Okay, lovely. Like I know that I actually wanted to visit you already 2 months. So I'm really looking forward to our next trip. I think it seems like Oz is having some difficulties. Twitter is known for not having the most smoothest process here. So I would suggest that we'll give it a start and invite him in a second, hopefully have him on board. So as mentioned, today is like really a very exciting Twitter space for us. We are on our sprint towards our soft launch being in beta since the beginning of the year. But I see like a lot of listeners over here. So thank you for tuning in. And maybe we can start off by giving a small overview of what Menthol Protocol actually is. So starting off with Menthol's vision, our vision is to make Web3 the first climate positive industry and to roll out our solutions to other industries and help them reach their climate goals. We've got a trend of tokenizations of different... Oh, Oz, are you there?
Can't you talk?
Okay, so we seem to have like some onboarding of Oz. So that's like a good time to go over the overview of Menthol before we also welcome him to the stage. Very excited. Actually, Mo and Oz were one of the first people I met in this crazy Web3 world where you start building projects together with people all over the world and actually hardly have the chance to meet them. So having had the first meeting in Turkey with Oz and Mo was amazing. But let me jump back to Menthol Protocol, our vision, and what we want to achieve for the world. So as mentioned, our vision is to make Web3 the first climate positive industry. We want to roll out this easy solution to other industries, the automotive industry, the fashion industry, the food industry. But the low-hanging fruit is the Web3 world because we see a great shift of innovation, a shift of the carbon credit market going on-chain. So this is like one of the most promising real-world supply chains moving fully on-chain, having liquidity, security, and automation possible. So against this background, Menthol Protocol was created and giving access to those tokenized impact tokens, which can be carbon credits, biodiversity credits, renewable energy credits. And now this was actually Mo's vision. That's how I got to know Menthol Protocol, making it so easy for anyone to turn climate positive, creating an account where we track continuously the carbon footprint and actually have an automated purchasing of carbon credits based on the sustainability goals of the customers. So it's never been easier for Web3 companies to turn climate positive. And we are so much looking forward to roll this solution out to the non-Web3 world, to traditional B2B companies, giving them access to transparent, verifiable, and customer-engaging climate action. But this, we'll dive a little bit more into the product. Talking about the story and where we come from. Maybe Mo, you were on a few Twitter Spaces, and I think it would be lovely for also this audience to hear, where does Menthol Protocol actually come from? Where do you come from? What is your background from aerospace engineer over BlockZ to a Menthol Protocol? Would be great if you can share this with the round.
All right, goddamn. Honestly, least favorite part of talking is talking about, myself. So I'll do my best, guys. All right, let's do it. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, let's go. Okay. So, numbers too. Okay. So what do we have to do? My name is Mo. I love anime. I love D&D. How did I get here? I don't know. I mean, I studied aerospace engineering. That's kind of like, I did that kind of like initially I thought it was cool. I loved planes, but I quickly learned that, unless you're working on military stuff, which I really don't like, you're not really going to work on cutting edge stuff. You're going to be one of 20 or 30 people building the door to a Boeing maybe in 20, 30 years, so not fun, really not what I had in mind. So went into software, took a master's in that, wrote a paper, and then I met the Block C kind of guys before they jumped on kind of like their new use case. So I became a co-founder early on. We got into Consensus Tachyon program. Their accelerator got funded by them. Consensus is a huge enterprise, multi-billion-dollar company. Around that time, we also did a couple of things like, got some customers. Now we're profitable. We have a bigger team. And we recently got it accepted into the Google for Startups accelerator. That is geared specifically for climate change. So we're one of 14 companies, energy startups actually, in the Europe and Israel region that are, in this program. And the first week was already amazing. So we've been in sustainability space and blockchain space for a while. We were mostly in the enterprise side early on. Got into, kind of like we wanted to come back to our centralized roots, try to have something, energy companies are really slow. You need to no, we're not hating on them. They kind of power things that run the world, but they have archaic systems. Their, revenue sources have been pretty stable throughout almost 100 years plus. So they don't really want to shake things up. So we were thinking, how could we have an impact? How can we build things that allow people to try to make an impact, for everyday life? So that's kind of where we started prototyping Menthol Protocol a couple of years ago. And I think after 8 months of kind of digging down into, the weeds, we had this idea so early on. But we're working with Republic and their advisory team to kind of build up the protocol, try to make it as fair as possible, transparent, try to position ourselves so the end user would actually pay less for the asset than, by using Menthol than just buying the asset on the market. So we're going to collect user demand and use that as a bargaining chip, kind of like a collective or a commune or, a union, and negotiate suppliers to actually give you a better deal. So, I mean, we're automating stuff for you. It's kind of like your sustainability, bottler or your advisor that is actually saving you money.
Amazing.
That's kind of what we do. But if you want to go deeper, we can, but you'd have to ask me those questions. What do you want to learn?
Yes. No, let's definitely delve a little bit deeper into it. So one fascinating thing, before jumping into Menthol Protocol, is actually BlockZ and what you've been doing at a very early stage of the so-called trend of regenerative finance. So we have different trends for all of you who want to have a summary. We have after Bitcoin, we had DeFi, as a whole industry coming up, allowing finance and decentral technology to leverage each other. The second step was NFTs, metaverse, gamify. So those are different applications of Web3 technology enhancing industries, such as those of art, of gaming, but also the metaverse as like the new internet, which you can like understand as a front end of the Web3 world. Now, one of the latest trends is regenerative finance, and Block Z has been having like early pioneering work over here, using one very straightforward case of the blockchain technology, giving its immutable nature. It's a perfect place to have provenance tracking over here. So this is where Block Z actually had provenance tracking of renewable energy credits and created a software as a service business, turning profitable very fast, as mentioned, funded by Consensus, by Draper VC. And now this shift of regenerative finance has taken its swing, going further than carbon credits, but also towards renewable energy credits, water credits, biodiversity credits, all real world assets, which are now being tokenized. So as a summary of what Menthol Protocol does, Menthol Protocol allows you as a company to create an account. We track your carbon footprint. You choose your sustainability goal for example, 400%. And now every day, based on the carbon footprint, we actually go and purchase carbon credits, biodiversity credits, renewable energy credits off the market, and make it so easy for everybody to offset their historical as well as their future carbon footprint. Now, this space of regenerative finance, more, I think it'll be fun to like very shortly discuss what regenerative finance is for the whole crew who have maybe only heard about NFTs and about DeFi. So, like I'll just give it a start, and would love to hear your thoughts on regenerative finance. But in short, regenerative finance differs from traditional finance in its ethics, in its fundamentals, and its strategy. It's basically about understanding that the traditional economic system does not account for the bad impact to Mother Earth. So we all know about the climate crisis. We know that there's a two-step solution to solve the climate crisis, which is on the one hand, reduce your carbon footprint and measure it. So it's about really tracking your carbon footprint and having aims of reducing it over time. This is where Menthol Protocol comes in and allows companies to track their carbon footprint on a public ledger. But that's not the core value proposition of Menthol. And when we move forward to the second solution of the climate crisis, it's about actually compensating for the calculated carbon footprint, hence creating revenue streams for environmental projects and balance out your carbon footprint. So we know that 180 countries plus the 180 countries plus many companies, public listed as well as private, are committing to being carbon neutral. How does that work? They measure their carbon footprint, let's say 100 tons, and now they buy 100 carbon credits. One carbon credit represents 1 ton of CO2 saved from the environment. And Menthol comes in here and automates this entire process. So I've been like jumping a little bit, explaining regenerative finance against the background of climate crisis and what we're doing. Mo, we'd love to hear about your thoughts of regenerative finance and how you see this as an evolution of Web3.
All right. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Let nobody tell you that regenerative finance is like this complicated, complex concept that, is difficult to understand. It's basically win-win. Economically generating a win while also generating a win for the environment or, our planet. So it's a win-win. Like it's all about creating kind of like value economically and also value from an environmental perspective. So this holistic approach that we're taking makes sure that we're not just, getting advantages for people today, but we're also generating values and, profit for, our later generation, for the ecosystem around us. And that's, I think, kind of a pretty awesome way to think about it, right? Like, don't leave anybody behind, generate win-win. It's not a win-lose. You don't have to make sure that the environment loses so that you win. You don't have to win and maybe your kids lose. We can generate wins for your kids and their kids and their kids. We can generate wins for the ecosystems around us, the animals around us, while also, ourselves from a personal, selfish perspective, we can still have a happy and, healthy life.
Thanks a lot, Mo, for this beautiful summary. So, like, regenerative finance is not fixedly determined, but like on a high level, we can basically see climate and also social impact, leveraging Web3 technology to thrive and to integrate it deeply into our economic system. And through the token,
technology is a perfect match for regenerative finance because it has this centralized, transparent nature that allows you to build platforms that can create, manage digital assets. You can incentivize and reward sustainable practices. You can create, all these cool new economic models that can allow you to prioritize or, embed or program in environmental, social, and governance factors. So, imagine a world where you have all these farmers that are, rewarded for, using regenerative, agricultural practices that kind of promote soil health, biodiversity, and this is not a dream. This is actually what's happening today, together with our suppliers, our partners, like Regen. They're enabling them to create blockchain-based carbon credits that incentivize those exact behaviors like reforestation, regenerative agriculture, renewable energy projects, and these can be tracked, verified on blockchain, which is a transparent, platform that anybody can use as an auditing. Instead of like having these siloed data sources, you can audit that and ensure that you are actually supporting sustainable activities. So yeah, I mean, blockchain and regenerative finance, match made in heaven.
Amazing, thanks. And actually, like where we try to concentrate those innovations is in our core product called the Cool Pool. So Cool Pool represents a company or an individual. A Cool Pool can also represent a product or an event. Basically, a Cool Pool shows on the one side the negative impact, the carbon footprint of the company, of the individual, of the event, or of the product. And on the other side, the Cool Pool shows the positive climate action. So this is like specifically from a marketing perspective, very interesting. But just to, oh, sorry, please. And on the other side, the Cool Pool shows the, the signal is breaking up a little bit, at least on my end. Maybe
my bad, guys.
No, there we've got you again.
My bad, 100%. All right. Go, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Got you.
Sorry to miss out. Sorry to miss out, everybody. Sorry to miss out.
So, yeah, Mo, I think you can go on mute for a second, and then I'll take over because we hear you in the background.
Absolutely.
So the Cool Pool. Sorry, I think also it's also you. So a Cool Pool. Now I said the word a few times, and we hope it really sticks to you because we really want to revolutionize the world with a Cool Pool. We want every company, every individual to have the access to create one, where they show their negative carbon impact, which we help them track and store on the blockchain. On the other side, we allow them with the easy setting to say, for example, hey, I want to be 200% climate positive using those and those assets. Now, in the Cool Pool, we see the positive as well as the negative impact. So it becomes a very powerful user profile and a way to show the community, the different stakeholders in a transparent and verifiable way of how they're actually reaching their climate goals. So I'm very excited about our launch, where we are having a number of different Cool Pools representing L1s, so entire blockchains, representing dApps, NFTs, metaverse projects, being automatically climate positive. So just maybe your take, Mo, how would you explain a Cool Pool, and could you also explain us how DeFi plays into it? Just giving a hint to no loss sustainability.
All right. Okay. Let's do it like this.
Mo, your voice is we cannot hear you. Hello, everyone, by the way. Sorry, I had some technical difficulty. I couldn't join in the beginning, but now I joined. Mo, we cannot hear you very well. Your voice is cutting off and it's like far away.
So I think Mo is just trying to reconnect over here. Sometimes that happens here on Twitter and even the European internet. Actually, the German internet where I'm from is like even the worst. But I hope in Slovakia it'll be a little bit better in a second. But maybe just to elaborate before Mo joins in. So this Cool Pool, right, is like a vending machine giving you access to impact tokens and representing your product, company, individual, or event. Now, this vending machine will always have to be filled in with cash, right? one has to buy the carbon credits off the market. The carbon credit market is a 7 billion market, which is subject to huge growth projections because it's the only way to reach the climate neutral goals of the world. Only by purchasing carbon credits and assets equivalent to carbon credits, we'll be able to turn climate positive. So, Mo, I think maybe you're reconnected over there, and that's a good place to explain how we can, fill up this vending machine one time and never have to refill it in order to offset even the future carbon credits. So if you're there, would love to hear how the DeFi integration works. Not looking forward to elaborate on that. I could talk hours about Menthol.
Okay, yeah. Can you guys hear me right now? How's the sound?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay, so where to start? I mean, first of all, why? Why do anything? Yeah. I mean, why should you kind of like even make a coupon, right? I mean, I think it's like important to understand the concept of cost, and what it means. Like in today's terms, like you just buy a cup of a bottle of water or something, and you just pay like a $1. But in terms of like the environmental costs or the social costs that that were incurred because certain material was mined, the processing, the release into environment. There's a lot of costs that are externalized, and the company didn't have to pay for. And as a consumer, we didn't have to pay for. So this is actually a way to kind of offset your negative impact, and hopefully have a life that overall that you had a positive impact on this world, and also on your community and whatever that whatever you want to do, whatever spirit. Just make sure that you realize the impact, and you make sure that you're okay with the cost, whether you're paying it in moral guilt or whether you're paying it out of pocket. It depends on you guys. But now that we get that, I mean, so cool pools just enable you to kind of like easily make sure that whatever you're doing on chain at least, and soon off chain, is offset. Right now we have some tools that we're in our beta that we released, and maybe some of the people in this chat, maybe they have had access to it, but the idea and goal is, all your activity on chain, whether you're interacting with a smart contract, whether your contracts themselves are interacting with other contracts or being interacted by your users, that the impact on the world is tracked, measured, calculated, and then we procure those offsets with all those carbon removing impact or carbon offsetting impact, together with co-ecological benefits like improved soil health, increased biodiversity, improvement in social communities, local social communities, those type of co-ecological benefits we're really excited to kind of like pursue. And in terms of like how does it work, I mean, essentially we're kind of like building the infrastructure to track all the transactions that are occurring with your personal wallet or maybe a contract. Any external owned account or contract can be tracked, and the cool pool is kind of like this kind of like a list of contracts and accounts that you want to be tracked for maybe improving your sustainability performance. And it's super easy. All you need to do is create a cool pool, add your contract or personal accounts, deposit some funds, and Amir mentioned, not having to, continuously deposit funds, and you don't want to maybe deal with this. You just want to have it, you make sure that this bot is running for you, making sure that your sustainability goals are met. So we can connect that with yield bearing protocols, trustworthy ones, don't mind you, kind of like Aave, Compound, and others, to generate interest, which and maybe that interest, if depending on your deposit size and the interest rates, could be enough to basically either indefinitely pay for your sustainability needs, or at the very least make that last a lot longer. So instead of having to check every month or every year, you can basically have it done on autopilot, both from a technical perspective and also from financial perspective. So we're creating financial innovations. We're connecting to sustainability markets on chain. We're also building all the tools to kind of glue in a couple of different protocols together to make sure that you still get the asset and the service for less than the asset. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mo. And this like also shows the beauty of Web3, right? We have different industries here, DeFi, like decentralized finance, allowing basically us to create interest financed revenue models, and basically just plugging it into a pool. So Menthol does not only aggregate different refi projects, tokenized impact projects, but also aggregates and will aggregate different DeFi protocols. So this is where it gets like, yeah, quite interesting. Like under the hood, basically, we will allow the option of treasury management, taking this perspective while turning green. So this is something very exciting, and we're looking forward to our different DeFi partners who will also all partially be, offsetting their carbon footprint on our soft launch. So a shout out to IPRO Labs, the fourth largest derivative platform, basically creating a derivative product based on interest of compound and other. We greatly look forward of integrating with the space.
By the way, I just want to mention, oh my God, so much comments in the chat. Thank you a lot for the interest. And by the way, the questions, some of them, you guys are like more brutal than our investors. You know, for example, what are the advantages of the project of competitors? Which project does the project cooperate with or plan to cooperate with those projects by Jima 54808.emb? God damn, you guys. I mean, we'll try to get to your questions. I don't know, Amir, how we're going to do it, but there's a lot of questions. We maybe should get into that.
Yes, definitely. So I think we'll have to keep the Twitter space going for a little bit longer. Like one topic we want to cover definitely is our launch coming up. So we're greatly looking forward to an amazing next few weeks, ending in a in real life event in Munich, paired with a metaverse event with our great partners Metagame Hub, which will be hosted on Decentraland, allowing and inviting the community to join and to take part in the governance of which projects actually to activate first. We will have different gamified ways of collecting popes, NFTs, wearables, and more. So we are greatly looking forward to talk a little bit about the upcoming next weeks. But after that, we are very much looking forward to answer those questions. So we've got amazing backers from Moonrock Capital, LD Capital, Republic. We've been facing quite a few investor questions, so we're looking forward to talk about our unique selling points, our competitive advantages, but also to highlight the amazing things other projects are doing. So maybe before we talk about our beta launch and what we plan over here, I would just like to mention one very interesting topic which fascinated me about this whole refi journey. We're talking about Web3 bringing different innovations, and one of it is tokenizing them, right? So we're talking about tokenizing carbon credits. If you think one level up, we're talking about, on a more abstract level, about tokenizing positive call to actions. So a positive call to action for the environment could be a carbon credit, a soil credit, a water credit. Another positive call to action, looking at a different dimension, namely social, would be basically tokenizing donations. The different end-to-end, right, peer-to-peer transfer of, for example, the donator to the person receiving the donation is something which we can understand as a social impact token. For me, although climate is, of course, very pressing, I think almost or even more important or more immediate are the social impact, which we can tokenize and automate into the economic system. So I just wanted to mention that we go beyond climate. ReFi goes beyond climate. It's really about bringing the ecological, social, and also the economic dimension into a more into a better equilibrium. So into a better win-win-win situation. But let's talk about our beta launch. I wanted to share this thought as I love this concept of tokenization of any positive call to action. So the beta launch has been initiated with a small metaverse event in the beginning of January. On the 22nd of April, we're having our soft launch. So we'll be multi-chain, being on different chains, inviting an amazing amount of projects. We will still reveal that, so stay tuned, follow our Twitter, take a look at also the landing page showing the different projects which have been nominated. So we'll have a token, the beCOOL token, Once the cool token is out, anybody will permissionlessly be able to create cool pools, to contribute to other cool pools, and basically use this as an open source permissionless system. For the time of growth and sustainable growth, also building our technology in a more scalable way, we are starting with a permission system. In order to create a cool pool, you have to be nominated. So we've got a great number of 10 plus initiators ranging from different chains, from amazing influencers over to amazing Web3 projects, which will actually nominate and invite other projects to create a cool pool. For any individual which also wants to become an initiator, you will have the chance to co-brand the cool pool, meaning that on the account of, for example, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, if you initiate it as a whitelisted partner, you'll be able to co-brand the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT project, the cool pool, with your PFP, giving a climate positive value to your PFP as well, which you can hopefully use in the future.
And not only that, Amir, I guess we also, if you are one of the, community members for Cool Pool and you're active in crowdfunding or increasing awareness for the Cool Pool, you actually will get a portion of the revenue, or let's not say revenue, you'll get incentives for doing that. So you can actually earn to promote sustainability. So we want to actually work with grassroots communities, and if you're part of Uniswap, SushiSwap, whichever protocol, if you're part of that, reach out to us, because we really want to work with you and create, you guys are eco-conscious, people, and maybe you have other communities that you would like to, empower to be sustainable. So if you do that, you actually get incentives for it. So this is something I think on the, product vision board, but Amir, I don't want to maybe jump the gun here, but you can...
No, thanks a lot. No, this is something which we're very excited about, because what we are doing is creating a further win situation for the company, which is now enabling the community to create more touch points around their corporate social responsibility and getting rewards for this governance, for this influencing and also this grassroots movement behind the corporate social responsibility causes of the company. So when jumping back to the nominated cool pools and how the soft launch will look like, we will have 10 plus initiators who will nominate each 6 different projects. So we'll have a minimum of 60 projects waiting for the 22nd of April to be activated. However, we will only activate 50% of them. This is because we'll let the community have a vote in which cool pools to activate first. So during our metaverse event, which is one day before our launch, also via Discord, it will be possible for a community to vote on which projects they would like to have activated first. This is how we ensure that from the get-go, every cool pool has a strong community standing behind it. So talking about our lovely partners of Cello. Cello is one of our very dear and close partners doing amazing work on impact, having the vision to bring prosperity to all. A beautiful use case with beautiful action and power behind it. Cello will be nominating different cool pools. They will also be activating their community to join our metaverse event, to join the Discord voting. And if the Cello community is voting for the nominated projects of Cello, those are the cool pools which will be activated. So this is a kind of a gamification which we have in hand, where we'll basically allow to different quests to have like some fun part of it over there. I'm really excited to delve even more into the cool pool launch. But maybe I would love to give over the word to Oz. Oz, you've been doing phenomenal work over here. We've also got a NFT campaign, a ticket NFT campaign, which we'll basically be releasing with thousands of NFTs, having a code allowing you to access special wearables in our metaverse event. Also, I just want to, because you've been working so heavily on the community engaging aspect, to give you a few words, maybe to give your input on the on some points I've been missing around the cool pool launch. Would love to hear a few words from you, if this is currently possible.
Yeah. Thank you, Amir. Actually, the first batch of these NFTs will be given or rewarded to the people who are participating in this. Twitter space, as it is the kickoff for the campaign beCOOL. And by next week, I think we will be sending these NFTs to the winners of this Twitter space. And later on, we will have throughout the campaign with different projects, with the help of different Web3 projects, we will be spreading more, or like rewarding more of the communities, whether it's the communities of the project itself or the communities around Menthol Protocol, to reward them with the NFTs that will allow them to open different perks, like visiting the metaverse event or participating in the voting procedure that we will be having. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say about that. I cannot add more about what you said.
Thank you, Osno. Thanks for letting us know. So we're excited to distribute over many different Twitter spaces over the next week, but also through our partners, our initiators, those NFTs. Basically, you'll have a code on them besides a beautiful NFT, which, like, a big shout out to iTech, who's over here. iTech.eth is the man. He's our chief visualization officer, a great artist, and such a machine, putting out so much beautiful art. So yeah, a big shout out to the amazing work we've been doing, as well as to the entire team. Like, we can go step by step and have to cheer to everyone.
Somebody else is gonna steal him from us, you know? Come on, don't hype him up that much. Come on, man. You know, don't spill the beans. He's a genius. We don't want people to know. Come on, you know? All right. So guys, he's okay. He's okay, guys. He's okay. He's all right, guys.
No, the last thing we want is iTech to leave us, as this goes for all of the members of Menthol.
If iTech's happy, we're happy. No problem. Although he's crying in his photo. But if he's happy, we're happy.
No, this is like some like amazing artwork you'll not only see in the NFTs. If I walk you through the Metaverse event, which is like a Metaverse event in joint collaboration with Meta Game Hub, which has been designing that very strongly with Chain Gang. Chain Gang is one of our lovely partners. We are their sustainability partners, and we are very excited to have this collaboration with them, being the Web3 arm of Europe's largest gaming developer. We have developed Angry Birds, for example, and many other games since 2001. We will have jointly this Metaverse event where you'll enter a round of different quests. You'll be able to collect different items, which you'll be seeing in the Metaverse event. I don't want to spoil too much. With the NFT code you'll be able to claim an amazing wearable of our, green but gaming positive friends who are looking forward to bring gaming to Web3. Once you go to the second floor and see the different games, Web3 games, which will step by step all have positive climate action embedded, you'll go to the third floor, a social floor, where you'll be able to see different refi projects. So you'll have an understanding of which environmental projects do we actually want to support here, giving you a better information basis on the decision making, on the tips of what you would like your favorite project to support. So on the fourth floor, and we are like super excited about that, we'll have the option for the community members, after having fulfilled a few different quests, to collect the third wearable. And this is after walking through a bar. You'll get some flowers over there, and you'll be walking through 10 different initiating stands and vote, basically giving the flower to those different projects you're supporting, and unlocking an amazing wearable, and also being part of our beCOOL community. So you'll have more information around that, but I hope you see that we are putting great effort in making climate journeys a really fun and enjoyable way of interacting with your brand, and also understanding and supporting the brands which are climate positive, at least carbon neutral. That's like our minimum goal. So I think this is like the information we can share with you on our Metaverse event, on how we engage our community in and those of our partners in the decision making, in the whole setup and activation of the cool pools. And I'm just so super excited to have had the honor of meeting the Block Set team, growing together into the lovely Menthol Protocol DAO, which we are creating step by step. And yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, we're having actually met Mo and Oz in Turkey at the time, having met step by step the different other members. So I see we've got one very important speaker coming up. This is, although we're a DAO and don't give names, our CEO, who's been leading this team, also other teams, having led more than 100 employees, and me personally sharing a lot on how to create amazing teams, amazing cultures, and amazing products. So Selim, lovely to have you here as a speaker.
Everybody, put your hands together for the CEO.
Hey guys, wow, I feel flattered. So can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we hear you clearly. So lovely having you on board.
Thank you guys. I was driving at the same time. I just pulled over and I wanted to read the comments, and I see there are a lot of questions. So I'm glad for this Twitter space, and also thank you for everyone for joining this Twitter space. I just wanted to give a quick example. Like when Mo made the definition of refi, he said that it's a win-win, right? So there's obviously a win for the environment if we are in the refi space. But what's the win for you? So I would love to give a clear example how it would look like in the future. So imagine you have your favorite decentralized application, or let's say an NFT project that you love to. So you basically can create a cool pool and then call your community, your friends, to fund into that cool pool. And that fund will be used to burn carbon credits, right? And make it environmentally climate positive. But what's in it for you is we're going to plug into DeFi solutions, as Mo and Amir also was mentioning. And there will be a yield generated that we're happy to share with you. So basically, guys, just creating a cool pool, calling your community, your friends into a cool pool to donate into that, or maybe even the developer team of that NFT. And if they all fund that cool pool, there will be yield generated for you. And that yield is probably going to be with very good and percentages or shares going to be shared with you guys as an incentive for you to leading an NFT project being climate positive. So I just wanted to highlight this. What's the other win for you as an example? So thank you for giving me the word as well.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Selim. And you're actually touching a very important point. Menthol Protocol allows to offset your product, your company, your product, but the climate finance market is, of course, also a financial opportunity. And we do not only allow this for offsetting purposes, but essentially Menthol Protocol will allow any investor to participate in the opportunity of climate finance, also participate in the traditional Web3 financial opportunities as DeFi. So we are looking forward to have more features here and embrace refi from different angles. And I think basically, as we are 15 minutes over the space, but I think we're happy to go on and on and on. I think it's a good time to jump over in a few questions.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yes, please.
If I choose some questions that we have so many questions since we start
shoot them out
space. We will choose a couple of questions. So are you guys ready?
All right. How many points?
Definitely.
Give me a category. What do we have?
Oh, we have all types of categories. So
all right, give me tech.
All right, 10. Let's go from the beginning. We have Gemcasters asking, how does beCOOL protocol? Okay, I think he meant Menthol Protocol solution integrate with Web3 projects, and what benefit does it offer to the users? I guess part of this question was answered during the Twitter space during the
but we use a couple of different things. If you want to know integrations, what we have in the back, we integrate with Chainlink. We have, we're planning to be on multiple chains, so we're going to be using, bridges. What else? We of course are integrating with markets, like decentralized markets, so we can procure or source these, sustainability assets wherever they may be. What else do we have? Of course, we're using a graph, a subgraph. So to get, to kind of have access some data that we may need. I don't know, so there's a couple of different things that we do. That has some Web3 integrations in terms of financial. Beyond the DEXs, we're also integrating with lending protocols or other yield-bearing protocols, so that we can tap into those kind of value generating, protocols to, make sure that your assets, if they're not being utilized right now for sustainability, they're not just going to sit there. So imagine like your savings account in your bank, and the interest of that paying for your Netflix subscription. So it's kind of like a financial innovation meets, entertainment for, in that space. But in our case, it's kind of like automating, your commitment to sustainability. Instead of like having you have to make transactions again and again, or to remember, we kind of do that for you while also socializing the cost. So you don't even have to pay the same type of transaction fee. It's going to be a lot less.
Amazing, Mo. I think I would love to add one more point, which is the no-code integration. So basically, any dApp, any Web3 project just has to copy-paste the smart contract into a user account of Menthol in order to access all of those lovely things Mo was just mentioning.
Oh yeah.
So it's never been easier for a dApp to actually integrate with Menthol. Just have to copy-paste. So that's it.
No code, baby. So that means no import library, no updating your code, no we're not sustainable from the beginning. So that's like a big differentiator for us. You can start your commitment today. You can make any ecosystem sustainable, and it's the only thing you need to have on your computer is the keyboard buttons, control, and C and V. So, and hopefully a mouse. That's all you need to. That's all the tools that you need right now to be a climate hero.
Awesome. Okay. We have another question from Vlad Fedor, and if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the Menthol OGs, which is a title in our Discord server. By the way, I'm inviting everyone to join our Discord server and follow up with the different activities that we have on Discord and campaigns. Anyway, Vlad Fedor is asking, are governance tokens planned in this project?
Well. At some point, yes. So I think it's not going to be too late. We're thinking the next few months within this year, probably we're going to be launching. We're going to be, of course, having our launch. But what we want to do is we want to stray away from kind of just trying to extract value. We want to make sure the value exists, that the product works, it's what people want. And once we're sure, then we're going to plug in the financial system. So we're going to start off safe. We're going to make sure that, the code, things work. We're going to make sure we have all the audits we need. And, we're going to be responsible about how we launch. So as soon as we know, we'll definitely let you guys know. So it's not like we have the date already in our heads and we're just keeping it quiet. We don't. But we are waiting to see how Menthol Protocol, fits into the ecosystem. And if it's something that people need, which we think so, then that's when we're planning to, have a token generation event. And you guys will know more as soon as we know.
All right. I think the next question is kind of related to the previous one. So Cater is asking how to ensure long-term survival. So I think this is kind of related to the what you said.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Long-term survival of the world depends on our climate actions we take today. This is a guarantee. Trillions of dollars are being deployed already, and tens of trillions are going to be deployed over the next few years. And this number is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the long-term survival of the ecosystem is a guaranteed, and it's never been smaller. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And what we are positioned as is an easy way for consumers and suppliers of these sustainability assets, whether it's carbon credits and future it'll be renewable energy credits. They will have a need for better coordination, better tracking, offsetting, and reporting. And we are going to position ourselves to make that ecosystem a lot better at coordinating, at doing transparent, impactful choices, and having using the hive mind of researchers and individuals to maintain this system. So to be honest, the outlook is great. And it's one of the few industries that literally we depend on for our survival. So, I mean, if we don't put money here, we basically don't have a future. So, yeah.
Great. Well said. Hazrat is asking what's Menthol Protocol's roadmap, but we have this on our website. So if you visit our website, mentholprotocol.com, you can find the roadmap in details. And there also on our Discord, you can find details about the roadmap. The next question comes from Tech Time. I think Kramer Tech Time He said, what is the key features about Menthol Protocol?
Okay, so I'll actually extend the answer for like economic feasibility or viability of our protocol together with the feature. So one of the key features that we have is the ability for anybody to create, a community, a cool pool, which can be crowdfunded, to make any community or individual, on-chain emissions sustainable. So your activity can be made sustainable, whether Uniswap or whether you are a bag holder, with like, Trump, yes, Trump tokens, So essentially, you can do that, and you can also get incentivized if you are, if you create basically a Kickstarter for your community to be sustainable. Cool pools will basically be campaigns or crowdfunding like platforms you can use to generate interest in sustainable efforts in your community. You get a portion of the incentives. And you can also use that to, create swag and, NFTs and artworks. So you can create a great discussion around sustainability in your ecosystem. And beyond that, what makes this work is that, we can kind of like band together, kind of like, if we get enough demand, we can actually go to the suppliers and get that discounts for you guys. And that's basically what we're doing. Kind of like Honey, they find you your discounts. They get a portion of the discounts. So you still save money, you get a service. And that's kind of like, in terms of economic viability, imagine you could actually get a service and an asset, for less than the cost of the asset. So as long as that happens, as long as we can have better coordination of supply of demand, then we can use that to actually benefit all of us. We can socialize benefits, we can socialize costs. So instead of having everybody negotiating individually and the marketplace is setting one price and you can't do anything about it, we can actually do something for you.
Great. The next question is kind of interesting, and let's see each of us, how can you answer this one? So Doko Demo said, how would you describe Menthol Protocol in one word? So what's your one word, Mo?
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's my one word also, cool. I guess that's a given. What about you, Amir?
beCOOL written together.
Yeah. Salim, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here with you. So Amir cheated basically, and Mo stole the answer, but I would say sustainability.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Awesome answer.
Good.
Yeah. Next question.
What about you? No. Next question. Oh.
Okay. Oh,
What about
you? I said cool. Yeah, that was mine too. I thought about this.
Yeah.
I thought about this answer when I saw the question. I guess cool is a given, but yeah, sustainability also is a good answer. beCOOL is also like it's the name of the company.
You're saying other people's answers. I want to hear yours, man.
No, that's mine, I think.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, beCOOL. All right, we got it.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next question is kind of okay. It's from Aragaki. I hope I'm saying this name correctly. She said, what makes this project different? In other words, what makes you think this project could stand out?
If I may jump in.
Amir, please jump in.
Thank you. So this is like from marketing and taking a look at different angles out there. I'm like burning for this question, definitely. So like one thing which we noticed very fast is that we actually don't have that many competitors, as we are an automation layer. We go to anybody not selling our own products, but offering the market and help them sell in a more efficient and in a more faster way. So we are actually nothing else than a indirect sales funnel for them. So it's like good to partner with us because we bring more demand for them. Now, looking at the competitors who are similar to us, who also give access to those different projects, we notice that the traditional marketplaces out there in a traditional way show the suppliers. So you go like on Amazon where you find different suppliers, or Alibaba, you'll go on different marketplaces giving access to tokenized carbon credits, showing basically the suppliers out there. So in a very similar way, which is also very important as the asset, the product is of a central value. The take which Menthol Protocol took over here is not only this automation aspect, where we create like kind of frame contracts between the supplier and the customer, having a continuous purchasing encoded in a smart contract. We actually also differ in a way where we, on our marketplace, show the customer profiles and put the customer into the middle point, allowing the customer also to interact with their community and show basically their positive climate action there. This is something very important, as the ROI of any company investing into climate action is customer engagement and brand awareness, besides, of course, participating in the solution of the climate crisis. But this is like the automation and the demand side, 100% customer-centric view is something where we do differ and hopefully bring value to the market. Long answer from my side. Bo, please jump in.
100%. But I'd also say, let's not forget about the people, right? You can't have a Michelin star restaurant without amazing chefs. And I'm telling you, some of the people that I'm working with here, they're brilliant, and some of the most hardworking people. I have to tell these people, like, stop working in the evening, stop working on the weekends, and they're like really, really excited to, get going, because they're mission driven. They're kind of like our, Avengers, trying to save the world. And to be honest, I'm really happy and proud to be working with these guys. And I think that's what makes us different. Like, we've been doing this for a while, sustainability market. We have familiar with them for like 5 years, and another startup. That startup's going well. Even, Google's added us to their accelerator for another project. And, we went through kind of like trial by fire, and it wasn't hype like 5 years ago, right? We were here before it was cool to be sustainable and to be refi. We were here when there was nobody saying refi. So, kind of like we're good. Like, we know what's the ecosystem like. We were here since the beginning. We're familiar with every part of the kind of sustainability angle, whether it's renewable energy, whether it's like carbon offsets, carbon capture credits. All these kind of like ecosystems. We have been familiar with that. We're validators at Energy Web Chain for a few years, and I mean, yeah, I think we're pretty well positioned. We have a really committed team, hardworking people, love sustainability. They live and breathe it. And I think we have a head start. We're the first in this space, especially when it comes to Menthol Protocol and kind of like this specific use case. And we've been thinking about a year before anybody's even started. And we already know what we're going to do. So I think we have the vision. I think we have the team. And I think the market is ready for something, that we're going to be launching. And I think people are looking for it. So yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. So VC Talk asked, what's the background of the project team members? To answer this question, actually, we made a series of posts on Twitter. You can see the details of each member of the team, their educational background, their professional background. And you can follow our Twitter and follow our posts in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and you will find details about each team member. So I'll go to the next question. Let me see it. So DeFiPlayer.eth saying, is this project currently funded? What venture capital firms participated? I think this question is up Selim's alley. Like Selim can answer this question.
Sure. I mean, I'll pretty much know, but yeah, Selim, go for it.
Yeah, maybe we mentioned that before, but I'll quickly repeat. We got funded by Republic Crypto. They led the round, and then LD Capital joined us proudly. They even invested more than Republic. And then Moonrock Capital also joined. So we got like 3 VCs, and we were in talks with a lot of like layer ones, other VCs these days. Basically, this is the financial investment background. So in a nutshell.
All right, thank you. So
guys, we're currently fundraising. So if you know anybody, like if your husband, your best friend, your babysitter, if they're like in the VC space and they have like some money just picking up dust, send them our way, and we're gonna make sure that we can kind of save the world. So guys, just tell them you want to be one of the cool kids. You gotta be in with the Menthol Protocol crowd. So that's what you got to do. The homework for today.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the next question coming from Jima which project does the project cooperate with or plan to cooperate with those projects? So I guess partners,
happy to jump in here. So our first efforts were towards finding and getting the best suppliers out there. So we're very happy to have partnered with Flow Carbon, Toucan Protocol, Nori, Moss, Region Network, Jasmine Energy, Below to Earth, and actually a few more. So we are very excited about the different suppliers whom we could win over for our project, who trust us in facilitating an amazing service to their customers. On the demand side, we differentiate between Web3 B2B and non-Web3 B2B customers. We already have our first pillar projects, which we already shortly mentioned in the non-Web3 world. But looking at our target of the first phase, named Web3 customers, we are so happy to not only launch, but also partner with amazing L1s and amazing dApps from DeFi, NFT, GameFi. We are just super excited to count those many different projects, which you will see on our beCOOL campaign side, on the demand side. Besides that, we also partnered with value-adding service providers who not only have specialized calculation methodologies and solutions around that, offering more value to our users, but also verification partners such as dClimate and Sensibilize, which leverage big data and artificial intelligence, machine learning technologies to verify those environmental projects, again, enriching the customer experience. So we've got, being a multi-sided platform, different partners we are targeting to. And one most important stakeholder is our community, not really a partner, but we are so happy to also have our community as part of our platform. And I think that's the answer on that.
All right, guys, what do you say we end it on a high? I think we can keep this, what's it called? This Twitter space going till tomorrow. But I mean, what are you guys feeling? You guys think we should give everybody a break? Maybe release them?
There's one more thing we can actually ask, which is, guys, everyone here, please just like it, just retweet it as much as you can. Follow me on YouTube. No, of course not. So absolutely. So that will help us a lot. So that's even like a small third win for us. So that will be nice if you can just like this Twitter space. That's good enough for us. Thank you.
Yeah. And the one important thing for everybody here in this Twitter space, be tuned in for our Metaverse event on the 21st of April, one day before the Earth Day and our launch. Be part of the amazing activities we have planned for you with a lot of love. A huge shout out to Meta Game Hub, to Chain Gang, to our gaming and development friends, RCP, who are having those exciting days before our launch together with us. Be sure that you'll have an amazing time in the metaverse. In real life, if you are in Munich, please send us a DM and we'll try to get you a spot. We have limited spots for the in real life event. And thanks a lot for tuning in.
And by the way, if anybody's in London, June 1, 2, 3, we'll be Selim and I, as the co-founders, Block C, we're going to be in London. So would love to meet you guys for the Google for Startups thing if you guys are in the area. So we're going to be in London, June 1, 2, 3. And other than that, think about the heart, this Twitter space, hearting, liking this. Think of it like you're giving CPR to the earth, okay? If enough people click the heart button, we're going to save the earth. Think of it like that. So guys, hit that heart button, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. This was enjoyable, guys. I think, Amir, all of you guys did a wonderful job. So it was really smooth, really fun. So happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being part of this Twitter space, and hopefully we will see you again and again during the next 2 weeks until the release date. Just to answer one question that was asked a couple of times, the rewards for this event will be distributed immediately, I think after a few minutes from now. And please follow our Discord to see, we will distribute these rewards through our Discord after we get the codes from you through Link3. And also don't forget to visit our Telegram channel. Follow us from there too. We will post